What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's fight at 140 pounds in Chicago, Illinois between Oscar Duarte and Kenneth Sims Jr. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? And right now, go down to the bottom of your screen, find the bell notification button, hit that so you never miss a video. Also, a couple weeks back, we launched our Johnny Says Boxing Insider membership. It's a couple dollars a month. It gives you inside access on our YouTube channel, but more importantly, you get to gain VIP access to our Discord. That Discord is a boxing group we have that is growing day by day. You have pro bettors in there. You'll get my parlays, my insider information, and my locks of the week. That link is pinned in the comment section below. All right, guys, this is a fascinating fight on paper. It's one of those fights that was supposed to happen late last year. An injury forced a pullout, and here we are. Luckily for fight fans and both guys who were preparing to fight each other, they get an opportunity to go at it in the middle of the ring. Kenneth Sims Jr. had to pull out of their first scheduled fight due to a knee injury, and he got his wish. He was posting on social media, said he still wanted this fight, and Golden Boy granted that wish. In that wish, he gets to face a big puncher, a guy who likes to finish the show early in Oscar Duarte. So it's going to be an interesting matchup between a guy who's going to have that traditional Mexican style front foot, great body puncher, we got to mention that. Robert Garcia, one of my favorite coaches in the game. He is molded in Oscar Duarte, a nice fighter. And since that Garcia loss, we've seen nothing but good things from Duarte. I feel that Garcia has helped round out Duarte's overall game. With Kenneth Sims Jr., you're talking about a guy with a storied amateur career. You're talking about a guy at 31 years old. It's now or never. This is a guy who feels that he is world champion status. He feels he has what it takes to mix it with the best in the world. So in this video, we're going to break down both guys. We're going to talk a little bit about how they go about their business. Stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where we're going to talk about the current Las Vegas odds. And like always, I'm going to be giving you my money line prediction and telling you where to put yours. All right, guys, in boxing, we get matchups like this every now and then in terms of if you're a fan of a fight style. Which fight style do you like? Do you like a technician? Do you like a guy who is a thinking man's boxer in there? And Kenneth Sims, these are his own words. He's a guy who is vocally spoken about in numerous interviews why he likes to box, why he's good at it, and it's using his opponent's aggression, using his opponent's skill set and strengths against them for him to win. And you've seen him build a really successful professional career off of this style. He doesn't really have one punch knockout power, but he does throw his shots with intent. He's an accurate boxer. He's not going to be a mover, a guy who uses the entire ring, but he uses his footwork good enough to get in and out of the strike zone and come back in to counter. I like his backhand. I like how he sets up his shots. He's an overall really good technical boxer. He will be facing a guy, though, it's no secret to anybody who's tuning in Oscar Duarte, of what he wants to do. He wants to break Sims down to the body. He wants to wear him down mid to late rounds. And Duarte, like always, fan-friendly style, goes for the knockout. So it's going to be which one is more skilled, who's able to implement the game plan, who's able to execute the game plan, and who's going to have their hand raised at the very end. Right now, I do want to remind everybody what's at stake this weekend in Chicago. All right, guys, finally, junior welterweight contenders Oscar Duarte and Kenneth Sims Jr. will meet in an important fight for the division in Chicago this weekend. Sims gets to fight in front of his hometown fans at the Union One Arena on DAZN. Heavy-handed Duarte started boxing at 11 years old after friends invited him to spar, and he became a decorated amateur, claiming regional and national titles. Duarte, trained by Robert Garcia, became pro in 2013, and 10 years onwards lost the biggest fight of his career when he got stopped against Ryan Garcia in 8 rounds. He has won his last 3 since, stopping Jojo Diaz, Miguel Madueño, and outpointing Badr Akhmadov. He became the first man to stop both Diaz and Madueño. The fight had originally been scheduled for last November in Riyadh, only for Sims to suffer a knee injury in training. Sims was an excellent amateur as well, and a former Team USA member who lost by just a point in the final of the Olympic trials to Jose Ramirez in 2012. Still, he traveled the world in the unpaid ranks to Ukraine, Ireland, Chile, Puerto Rico, and he boxed at the World Championships in Kazakhstan in 2013. He lost 2 8-rounders and drew a third, but has since won his last 9, and I quote, "I feel very happy and motivated to be the main event on August 2nd against Sims Jr., an opponent I had previously scheduled to fight. The fight was postponed, and I'm happy it's here," said Duarte. "I want to take this opportunity to thank Oscar De La Hoya, Eric Gomez, and the entire Golden Boy team for their trust. We are going all out, going for that win to get closer to a world title." Sims also responded saying, "This fight is long overdue, and I'm ready to put on a show and leave with the victory. I'm fully healthy now and ready to put on a stellar performance for my fans in Chicago. It's a dream come true to headline in my hometown, the greatest city in the world. The Chi, stand up." I always talk about growing up in Northeast Ohio. We'd go to Chicago quite often to see old Indians versus White Sox games. And for a couple months out of the year, in my opinion, during the summer months, Chicago is one of my favorite cities. But those winters are quite brutal. They call it the Windy City for a reason. Getting back on track, this is an interesting matchup. Stylistically, it's no secret what each guy wants to do. I think with Kenneth Sims Jr., people might be overlooking. He's not going to fight using the entire ring. He's not going to be a quote-unquote runner. I don't think this is a quote-unquote Tom and Jerry fight. Sims Jr. will mix it up with you. He'll stand in front of you. He is a bit flat-footed, believe it or not, but he relies on his hand speed, his reflexes, and his skill set to score more points, win more rounds, and eventually frustrate his opponent enough to have his opponent fighting his style of fight. Now with Duarte, he wants you to stand right in front of him. He wants to drag you into a dogfight. We've seen him frustrated before with certain opponents who haven't given him that fight. And adverse to that, when his opponents have chosen to stand and trade and fight Duarte's fight, we've seen Duarte become successful and explosive with knockouts. So that's going to be the narrative going into the weekend. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the underdog, Kenneth Sims Jr. All right, guys, Sims is 22-2-1. He has 8 knockouts. He has never been stopped. Out of 2,607 fighters in the world at 140 pounds, he's ranked number 45. He's fought a total career of 143 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 36% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as the Boss Man. And the 31-year-old American is a 5'10" orthodox fighter with a 69-inch reach. He was born and raised and called Chicago, Illinois, USA home. We last saw him fight Kendo Castaneda, 21-7, UD in the 10th. Romero, 35-4, stopped him in the 5th. Akhmedov, 9-2, majority decision in the 12th. Mirtil, 17-1, stopped him in the 5th. Mino, 22-5, stopped him in the 5th. In my opinion, I don't think it's no secret, the biggest win of Sims Jr. career came against Elvis Rodriguez. That win has aged significantly considering what Elvis has been able to do in the pro ranks. Kenneth Sims Jr., I feel, isn't a household name because he goes about his business as a technician. He's technical with it, but he's not your atypical runner, solely counter boxer. He will trade with his opponents, and he is gritty. He's resilient. He's a dog in there. This guy's a former sparring partner of Bud Crawford, so you know in order for them to bring you in, you have to be a smooth operator, and you know that Sims Jr. has taken a lot from the rounds that he shared with Terrence Crawford. He has a good amateur pedigree. He has a good boxing mind. Every time I watch him, it's no secret. You see him box, you're like, this guy knows what he's doing in the ring. It's going to be interesting. The decisions he makes, though, when he makes those decisions on either to counter, exit the pocket, or punch with Oscar Duarte, he'll be looking to feel out Duarte's power early and then make those decisions moving forward. A lot of times at the highest level, guys, the outcome strictly depends on those split-second choices. Right now, let's take a look at the favorite Oscar Duarte and see what he's been up to in his career. All right, guys, Duarte is 29-2-1. He has been stopped 1 time. He has 23 knockouts. Out of 2,736 fighters in the world at 140 pounds, he's ranked number 15. He's fought a career total of 163 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 79% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as La Migrana. The 29-year-old Mexican is a 5'9" orthodox fighter with a 71-inch reach. He was born and raised in Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico. We last saw him fight Madueño, 31-3, stopped him in the 7th. Akhmedov, 10-3, UD in the 10th. Jojo Diaz, 33-5, stopped him in the 9th. Garcia, 23-1, he got stopped in the 8th. keys, 17-2, stopped him in the 7th. And a lot of times you learn the most about a fighter, how they overcome a loss, especially when it's one of those fights where it's his opportunity of a lifetime and then they lose. And a lot of times, guys, in boxing, we know this, when fighters aren't successful in that moment, they never come back. And this was my biggest question mark with Duarte after the Garcia fight. And having watched him come back from that Garcia fight, being the first guy, like I told you, to stop Diaz and Medueno and win 3 sits, his trajectory is high. Golden Boy feels they have a potential world champion with Duarte. He at first has to get past a very tough test in Sims Jr. Duarte wants to hurt you. He wants to break the body down. And like I said, what he looked like against Garcia versus what he's looked like recently, it's a testament to him as an athlete, him as a listener, and also Garcia as a coach and a teacher, because Duarte is fully bought in and committed to that approach that Robert Garcia and the guys at RGBA present to him. When I look at these guys side by side, 31-29, it's now or never for both guys. Each fight from here on out, whoever wins is going to be the biggest fight for their career. So you got to say Duarte has had the bigger moment, even though he lost. If you're looking for the biggest win, Sims Jr. a couple years ago, Elvis Rodriguez, I think, was only 11-0. As that victory has aged, it's his best win. Take what you will about the Kendo Tremendo victory. He's a tough out. He's a seasoned pro. And with Duarte, the Garcia loss is the blemish that sticks out on the resume. He had another loss and a draw early on in his career. Take what you want about the Medueno victory, the Jojo Diaz victory. So on fight night, it really is going to come down to, this is excluding the fanboys, excluding if you're a diehard Oscar fan or a diehard Kenneth Sims fan. This is strictly for the boxing heads, the people who come to my channel looking to where to put their money, is the fact that what do you like more? What style do you like more? Is Duarte going to be able to wear Sims Jr. down? Sims has a dog in him, so Duarte could bait him into this. And will Sims be hurt by that power? Can Duarte win more rounds? Before I give you my prediction, guys, I want to remind everyone I do live streams every day on my channel. In those live streams, I tell you our prop bets, method of victories. We do our long parlays. We talk about MMA. We talk about UFC. So be sure to hit the bell notification button. Also, in this Stats Don't Lie video, I only give you my money line prediction. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Down here in Australia, the app I use is called Sports Bet, and currently on the money line, Oscar Duarte is a $1.65 favorite, meaning you put 100 on him to win, you get your money back plus $65. The draw is 16-1. Kenneth Sims Jr. is a $2.40 underdog, 100 on Sims Jr. to win, you get your money back plus $140. In my opinion, the odds are kind of wide. I wouldn't expect them to get any wider. I'd actually expect money to come in on Sims the closer we get to fight night. Sims Jr., storied amateur career, a guy that he'll probably admit maybe hasn't filled out to his potential. Oscar Duarte, same thing. He feels that he is a world champion, just hasn't proved it to himself or his fans yet. You give me plus money on Kenneth Sims Jr. fighting in his hometown against a fight that he wants, he asked for. His camp feels that the boss man has the style to beat Duarte. He feels that he has the technique and the ability to not get hurt. I'm actually going to go in on the underdog here. I'm going to put my money on Kenneth Sims Jr. I think the boss man's boxing IQ and his acumen, how he's able to maneuver into the ring, his counters, his backhand, I think he's going to win more rounds, and I like Kenneth Sims Jr. on the money line. Could be shocking if you follow my channel. Don't have to agree with me. In the comments section below, do you think the favorite Duarte is going to win, the big puncher, or do you think the dog, the hometown kid, Kenneth Sims Jr., will get his hand raised? Also, guys, tonight, if you're watching this on Wednesday here in Australia, 3 world title fights are going down in Japan. If you haven't seen my breakdown, analysis, and prediction on a very fun world title fight between Dago Higa and Antonio Vargas, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.